Thomas and Friends. Henry, the Green Engine. Let's begin. This is a story about Henry, the Green Engine. He was often very ill and couldn't work, but when he tried something special, Welsh coal, and got to the chance to show everyone what he just could do. Henry was a big engine. Sometimes he could pull trains, but sometimes he felt too weak and had to stay into the yard. One morning, hold on, guys, sorry. One morning, Henry was feeling very sorry for himself. I suffered dreadfully, and no one cares, he said. Rubbish, Henry, snorted James. You don't work hard enough. Sir Topham Hatt spoke to Henry. You're too expensive, Henry, he said. You have lots of new pots, new coat, paint, but I've done you no good. If we can't make you feel better, you will have to get another engine instead of you. This made Henry and his driver and his fireman very sad. Sir Topham Hatt was waiting when Henry came to the platform. He had taken off his hat, his coat, and put on overalls. He climbed into Henry's footplate. Henry managed to start, but his fireman was not happy. Henry's a bad steamer, you see. He told Sir Topham Hatt, I built up his fire, but it doesn't give enough heat. Henry tried very hard to pull, but the train was it was no use. Henry hadn't have enough steam, and he started to slow down. Oh dear, thought Henry. I now shall be sent away. Oh dear. Henry went slowly to his side, and Edward took charge of them. Beep, beep. What do you think what's wrong, fireman? Asked Sir Topham Hatt. It's the coal, sir, he answered. It hasn't been changed very good lately. The other engines can manage because they have big fireboxes, but Henry is small and can't take enough heat. With Welsh coal, he'd be a different engine. It's expensive, said Sir Topham Hatt, but Henry must have a fair chance. I'll send James to fetch some. Henry's driver and fireman were very excited when the coal came. Now we'll show him, Henry, old fellow, they said. They carefully oiled Henry's joints and polished his brass until it shone like gold. Henry felt very proud. Henry felt very proud. Then Henry's firemen carefully made his fire. He put large lumps of coal like wall around the outside the fire. Then he covered the glowing middle part with smaller lumps. "You're spoiling my fire," complained Henry. "Wait and see," said the fireman. "We'll have a roaring fire just when we need it." The fireman was right. When Henry reached the platform, his water was boiling nicely, and he had to let off steam. "How are you, Henry?" asked Sir Topham Hatt. Whistled Henry. "I feel fine, thank you." "Do you have a good fire, driver?" Sir Topham Hatt asked. "Never better, sir, and plenty of steam," he replied. Henry was impatient. He wanted to set off. "Never record-breaking," warned Sir Topham Hatt. "Don't push him too hard, driver." "Henry will need pushing, sir," the driver replied. "I have to hold him back." Henry had a lovely day. He had never felt so well in his life. He wanted to go fast, but his driver wouldn't let him. Steady, old fellow, he said. There's plenty of time. But Henry still went quite fast, and they arrived at the station early. Thomas puffed in. "Where have you been, lazy bones?" "Where have you been, lazy bones?" But before Thomas could answer, Henry was off. "Can't wait to slow tank engines like you. Goodbye!" And off he sped like a rocket. "Gosh," said Thomas to Annie and Clarabelle, "have you ever seen anything like it?" Annie and Clarabelle agreed that they never had. Sorry. I forgot. There's the flying kipper. Henry was very happy with his new Welsh coal. He could work hard as other engines. Then one day, Henry had a crash, and Sir Topham Hatt sent it to be mended. Workers gave Henry a brand new shape and a bigger firebox. And he didn't need special coal anymore. Now Henry is so splendid and strong, he sometimes pulls the express, and he pulls them so nicely. He pulls them so nicely that Gordon is jealous. That is the end, guys. I hope you liked it. Goodbye. The end.